Welcome to the Nightcap. It's your girl, Carolina Sanchez, and we're traveling tonight, baby. Later, we're gonna be heading to a new enchanted cocktail bar in the Heights neighborhood of Houston. But first, I'm gonna be traveling to the couch, where we're gonna talk medical tourism. Why do people do it? Isn't it risky? Well, I've got a group of people on the couch who are ready to get into it.
Yeah, what's up for a nightcap? Chill, kick back.
All right, well, let's dive into this with my friends, shall we? We have the familiar face of Dana Aguilar here, who is a medical tourist herself.
Yes, I am.
And we have Jessica Lozano. She has a concierge service for medical tourism.
Yes, ma'am.
And we have a plastic surgeon in the building, Christian Arroyo. Thank you, doctor, for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So I feel like medical tourism, it has just like completely blown up. Like it's probably taboo. Nobody was talking about it. And now we're seeing it on TikToks. We're seeing articles. It is up and booming.
Yes, ma'am.
Jessica and Dana, where have you traveled to for
So I actually just got back. I'm 3 weeks post
Post-op.
surgery. Yes. I had J plasma skin tightening on my arms, legs, my back, and then my I'm 49, so I want to avoid a facelift as long as possible. So I did an endolift procedure, which is laser tightening also, and a lift, but you have to be put under to do the treatment. So I was under IV sedation. So it was in Monterrey, Mexico. And I'm very picky about everything. And one thing about Jessica is I went to her first because she is a client of mine, and she was so honest with me. I asked her, I have so many medical conditions and I had so many questions, and she's like, you know what? I think you would probably be better off with someone else, which she was honest, they have their forte and I was wanting something else. So I was very happy with it.
So how was that process of deciding to travel to Monterey and instead of staying here in Houston or traveling to Florida or wherever?
So a friend of mine had her surgery with the doctor that I chose. I did all my research on him. It wasn't a money factor to me. I have had surgery here before with different plastic surgeons. I loved this doctor. Okay. I loved his bedside manner. Did consults with him via WhatsApp, Zoom. So, he was very familiar and knew what I wanted. And he did. I was extremely happy. I'm very happy with it.
And Jessica, as someone who offers the concierge service, like what are you finding? Are people traveling more to Houston? Are they going abroad? What exactly are they looking for?
It all depends. There's many that are doing the mommy makeovers. We have the breast, the lipo 360s. It just depends what that particular client is looking for. But we also like to share what we think best works for every individual client. We do go through a medical history, just like they do here, just to make sure that this person is a candidate for surgery. And so all those things do take in factor to make sure that they're candidates for surgery. But we do provide the transportation. We walk them through the entire process when they come here to make sure that they do their massages, because there's so much more to surgery than just having a surgery, right? The post-op care and all that is very important to make sure that they obtain the results that they're looking for, and that's why we're here, to walk them through it. Going out to Mexico is usually something very concerning to a lot of people, and that's where I come in to make them feel a little more comfortable with the whole process of going out and traveling to Mexico.
Yeah, but doctor, being here in Houston, they don't need to travel to Mexico, right? Like they can actually come to you if they want, or another Houston-based doctor.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yes. We're here. There's a lot of really, really high quality doctors here. Mm-hmm. I'm a big believer that it's more about like the quality of the physician rather than the location. There's a lot of like positives and negatives about everything. What I've seen in my practice is most patients that are even mentioning Mexico or Dominican Republic or all these different places, most of them, not in your case, but most of them are doing it because of cost.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Right. And most of them don't have someone, with experience doing this, such as her. I would believe that doing it with someone like her would be a safer option or route to undergo that. But barring that, it's kind of dangerous.
Well, it's dangerous, right? All right, well, you're gonna have to tell me what's so dangerous and the cons of travel coming up next. And I know you want to hear that too, so you stay right there. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Nightcap. We've been talking about medical tourism, how it's on the rise and people are doing it and talking about it finally. We've got my friends Dana, Jessica, and Dr. Christian Arroyo here. We were just about to talk about the dangers of medical tourism. So let me have it, doctor. What should people be concerned about?
Well, when it comes to medical tourism, you have to think about, number one, regulations, safety, all these different things. Here in the United States, you have all these different organizations to make sure that whenever you're operating, everything is, disinfected, clean, all of that to make sure that, we are performing surgery in a safe way. Mm-hmm. Even with that, there's still places in the United States that are not as safe, right? Especially in Miami. Everyone's talking about Miami as well. That's why you really have to make sure, it doesn't matter where the location is, that you're going to a low, not necessarily a high volume center. You want to make sure you go to a place where they're going to take their time to listen to you, where they're going to take their time to make sure that the work is pristine, right? Mm-hmm. I learned very, very early in my career that the most important thing that differentiates a bad surgeon from a good surgeon is attention to detail.
And how long have you been doing this, doctor?
I've been the surgeon for around 10 years.
Wow.
So doesn't matter where you go, attention to detail is paramount.
Right.
And if you go to a place where like they're racking them up like a machine, there's no
the attention
one.
to detail, the active listening to the patient, making sure that everything's
Right.
addressed isn't happening.
if
So how
you're
many surgeries are you doing a week, would you say?
A week, I would say 6 to 10.
Wow. Okay.
In a week.
In a week,
Right?
yeah.
Some of these centers are doing 10 in a day. Right?
Gotcha.
So, but I still haven't, sorry for going all the way around, but I still haven't gone to like a lot of the dangers of going into.
So it gets worse?
Or it gets worse, yes.
Okay.
So you're going all the way over there to have your surgery. Mm-hmm. Let's say you get an infection. You get, part of your, surgery is not healing well. You're having really, really bad complications. Now you're all the way back home. Who's going to take care of you? Unfortunately, most plastic surgeons will not take care of complications that happened abroad.
Why?
Because of liability issues.
Ooh.
Let's say you had your surgery in Mexico. Mm-hmm. You come back, you're having a catastrophic complication. And I decide, okay, I'm going to help you. But then certain other things happen based on the initial surgery, but then you don't have any medical knowledge and you're like, Dr. Arroyo, this happened after I started care with you. Right? Mm-hmm. So now you're looking at me, it's my fault.
It's your fault, even though it
all had to do with what happened in the beginning.
Wow.
Right? So you get over here and now.
Well, no doctor's going to touch me then,
Exactly.
right? They don't want to be liable.
Now you have to go to Mexico, stay there for how long to get all this taken care of? So there's a lot of risks involved with going over there.
Yeah.
Versus over here, even though people travel from all over the United States here, there's a lot of collegiality between American plastic surgeons.
Okay.
Right?
So there's like a network. You're like, I know this guy, I know his work,
right.
I trust it, I'm willing to take you for aftercare.
Or it's so close knit that I can, you're my patient, you were in New York City, let me call one of my colleagues over there.
Gotcha.
Hey, such and such, I have this patient over there, she's having this and this. Can you please help her with that? Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah.
It's more of a conversation rather than someone just like walking into your office with a complication from going over to Mexico or Dominican Republic or whoever it may be, and then, taking on the liability of all that was done wrong in the first place.
Right.
So.
And so, Dana, I saw you nodding your head significantly when he was saying, like, even here in Miami and stuff.
Well, I totally agree with everything you said. I mean, like that, he raises some really valid points. And thank God nothing like that happened to me, because I would be in that situation. So, and I do have a lot of medical issues. So, I mean, I am glad that didn't happen. And I did, get a bond with my doctor and trusted him, and I would have trusted him to go back. I did have surgery in September in Miami, and they put the IV in me to sedate me and took me back to the operating room. And when they took me back, I was really like, I was already had like the stuff that just kind of calms you down. So I'm just like, whatever. But I'm looking at everything like, what the F am I doing here?
Why? Was it dirty? Was it like
It was so dirty. But at that point, I was almost
sedated.
out of it. So I would, nothing happened to me then. But I would never go back probably to Miami again, just because it is kind of like that ongoing, doing so many surgeries
It's a revolving
day.
door of patients.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I want to hear more about the dangers and what people should be looking out for, right? So I know you do too. So you stay right there because we'll be right back. Welcome back to the Nightcap. We've been talking about medical tourism. We've got my friends Dana, Jessica, and Dr. Christian Arroyo here. So Jessica, with your concierge service, for the pros of like coming to you to do this and avoiding the dangers, what do you offer exactly?
Well, we offer with the transportation, and we do have different doctors that we refer, just like anyone here would refer doctors as well. I personally had a completely different experience than Dana. I had a really bad experience here in Houston, and there was not much that I can do. I have a really big burn in my back, and that's what made me become a tool that everyone needs to be able to help them to come to Mexico and have a great experience. Safety can't be promised here or anywhere. It's just the same thing with your results in surgery. Anything can come up, anything can happen. Right. And so it's not something that can be promised here or there anywhere. I personally had a very bad experience here in Houston and didn't have the best outcome, the doctor was really not what I expected him. And I decided to do it here for that particular reason. At the time, my kids were smaller and I just needed something to be more accessible for me. I didn't have the tool that I became now for other girls wanting to go out there and do the mommy makeovers or the lipo. So I tend to be that tool that they need to get them what they
You had to have the bad experience in order to know what people needed to it. So as far as pricing, like, is there a huge price difference between going to Monterey with your doctors or
Absolutely. Yeah. So we're talking around maybe a mommy makeover runs around how much with your doctor? Or, an estimate usually around.
Well, a mommy makeover is kind of difficult to give a price point to because a mommy makeover is too generalized of a term, right?
Right.
Mommy makeover encompasses so many different procedures and it's very custom, at least in my practice, to every single one of my patients, right? It may be that you want a breast augmentation and a tummy tuck, or a 360 lipo and a BBL, or a breast lift, tummy tuck, BBL, vaginal rejuvenation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's too varied to give one price point. If we were to compare maybe like something like a tummy tuck, right? And my price point is around 15 to 20,000, depending on a lot of different factors. Your BMI, how big you are, how much skin we have to remove, whether I need to liposuction your abdomen and your waist, which I almost always do because I really want to cinch that waist and make a nice feminine shape, or whether you would benefit from 360 lipo. If you have any sort of like love handles back, your bra rolls, things like that. So that's why it's, at least in my practice, prices can vary due to that because it's very bespoke, it's very custom to each individual patient. And that comes back to what she was saying of choosing a surgeon. There's good surgeons and bad surgeons everywhere.
Yes.
Right.
Doesn't matter where you are.
As we just heard.
As we just heard.
Yep.
So the most important thing is to make sure that you're going to a surgeon that, number one, is listening to you, listening to your story, to your concerns, to your expectations, and tailoring a plan to you, right? And making sure it's not a rushed experience.
Yeah.
That you're meeting the surgeon, not their nurse practitioner. As professional as they may be, they're not the physician, right?
Not the physician on OR day. Like, what? We're meeting you in the OR? I'm sedated. Hi, doctor.
I finally met you.
Yeah, no, that's not the move.
It's meeting you from the beginning and knowing knowing ins and outs of everything, right? I hug every single one of my patients after surgery, right?
Yeah.
So it's a matter of like having that sort of experience.
I can see your bedside manners. Like, I would definitely go to him. Like, I just adore him.
There we go. We'll have y'all exchange this.
We'll talk.
And so, Jessica, for prices for the doctors that you have in Monterrey or
and like he explained, everybody has a different case, just depending if it's a lipo with the tummy tuck. We do sewing muscles together and in your belly button, and if it's extended, is it a mini tummy tuck? All of that would have a price difference, but I would say maybe around $6,000 to $8,000 on a tummy tuck with a lipo. So
Yeah.
I think
So
our prices are a lot
around
more
half,
reasonable.
but
Yes, absolutely.
It's a risk
Just
no matter
about
where
half.
you go. Right?
Exactly.
A risk no matter where you go. Well, thank y'all so much for coming in and being honest and
you for
sharing
having us.
these details, because I know a lot of people have those questions, and getting their information on TikTok ain't the way. You got to get it here on the Nightcap. All right, well, coming up next, I'm actually traveling far myself, just up 610 and over I-10 to the Heights for a new enchanted bar. I'll be drinking coming up next, so you stay right there. Welcome back to the Nightcap. We talked medical tourism, but now I'm taking a trip to the Heights because I am at Encanto, which is a new cocktail bungalow that is quite magical. Let's check it out. And I am here with Alexis Mijares, who is the consultant for Encanto with her Split Face Creative. You've seen her on the show before as a bartender, but now you've taken on this bar.
Yeah, so we're here at Encanto, really fun little bungalow, whimsical bar in the Heights. Really excited to be here. We just opened up a couple weeks ago. The menu is really focused on fortified wines, aperitivos, digestivos, a lot of gin, botanical focuses as well. The menu's been really fun. We're going to show you a couple drinks with some group serves, disco balls involved. You know, we just wanted to have like a playful, enjoyable menu.
All right, I know you know your drinks, so I hear Brandon's behind the bar and he's gonna help me out.
Yeah, so we have Mr. Brandon Freed back here, wonderful bartender, and he's gonna make us Race to Roma. This is a stirred cocktail, Manhattan variation with some of those Amaris I was talking about. So Redemption Rye Whiskey, a little bit of Amaro Montenegro, which is an orange blossom Amaro, Shinar 70 in there, which is an artichoke Amaro, and then a little bit of sweet vermouth in there as well. Angostura bitters, orange bitters.
Woo, baby. Okay, all right, so what's the name of this?
The Race to Roma.
Race to Roma. So what should I be tasting here?
Well, you're gonna taste those bitter flavor profiles, right? Manhattan reminiscent, but we're cutting some of that rye whiskey with a little Amari, right? So you're gonna get a little bit of floral from that orange blossom, Amaro Montenegro. All right, well, you can see what we can do. Let's see what you can do. You wanna make a drink with Brandon back here?
Pulling my teeth.
I mean, I gotta see what you've been able to do since last time.
I know, I have been training. I need to impress you, I need you to impress
Okay,
you.
I
All
wanna
right.
see it.
Let's go.
Okay, Brandon?
All right, I'm behind the bar now with Brandon, a bartender here at Encanto. And you're actually gonna put me
To the test. Yeah,
okay,
let's do
to
it.
the test. Oh Lord. Okay, what are we doing?
All right, cool. So we're doing time after time. So
Time after
we
time.
always build from our cheapest to most expensive ingredients, so that
Okay,
way we preserve
smart.
it. So
Yeah.
we're gonna do with half an ounce of lime.
We're doing it. Okay.
Nice. And then you're gonna do 3/4 of our grapefruit thyme cordial. A little bit more.
Oh.
There you
Not
go.
doing enough. All right.
Cool. And then you're gonna do half an ounce of our bananto, which is gonna be our aperitif, which is gonna be some olive, thyme, and cherry notes.
What'd you say? Half ounce?
Yeah, the first line.
That first line. Okay.
There you go.
A little much, but
Hey, nothing wrong with a little extra. And then our gin mare, we're gonna do 1.5 ounces.
all the way to the top.
Yeah.
We're gonna fill her up.
Absolutely. This is going to be kind of like almost like a flavorful gin and tonic kind of variant. It's
Okay.
going to have like a little slight sherry notes from the bananto, slight olive, but not like savory per se, but kind of brings out the grapefruit thyme without making it too acidic. So it's really nice. We're going to top it off with some soda water. Perfect.
Wow, that was the perfect amount.
I know. And then we garnish it with some thyme and a dehydrated grapefruit peel.
All right. Oh, that's pretty. See, I have
And there you go.
garnished well, so.
Very time after time. Beautiful.
So beautiful. All right, but does it actually taste good? I need you to do the taste test for me.
I'll try it.
I'll try it, but I need you to say.
We'll see. It's pretty good. It's delicious.
Hey, baby. Come on. You gonna hire me?
I'm gonna clock out and you clock in, all right?
All right, sounds good. All right, I gotta try it now.
Yeah, try it. Let me know what you think of it.
Oh, y'all, I'm turning into a gin girl all day, every day. Oh, this was amazing. Thank you,
Delicious, right?
Brandon.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Cheers. I'm gonna have to go try some food because they got some bites here too. It's not just the drinks. Let's go. All right, I said it's not just about the cocktails, and you're not always gonna see me behind the bar. because they have amazing food too. They've got the pizzas, they've got the oysters, and oh, ceviche, baby, come on. And if you come with your group of friends, they've got the group serve cocktails. I mean, you can't beat this. Come on, a cute flamingo. Oh. And guarantee you, it's delicious because we already know everything is good here. All right, go have a magical trip here at Encanto or a magical journey to go get some work done on your body. Do you boo-boo. Cheers to you. We'll see you guys next time.
Missed out on the nightcap? Well, head on over to our YouTube page and catch up with Carolina.
You can watch full episodes anytime you want. And don't forget to share it with your friends because we got to keep the conversation flowing.
If you're confident in yourself, who can stop you?
Ding dong, titties.
We're not looking to hurt the sisters.
Gotcha.
But you know, we can get men pretty big.
What, do I look disgusting?
No! Also, fellas, the toy is not your enemy, it's your teammate.
Tag it in.
Join us weeknights on Fox 26 at 11:30 and anytime on Fox Soul.